Good day to you, Thursday. Seeing a lot of things around me lately where everybody's trying to improve something, no matter what, whether it's health, whether it's financials, whether it's relationships, whether it's my skills, my knowledge, or whatever it might be. Somebody or everybody I see is trying to improve. Question: why do people find it so hard to change? And what I think it is, one of the things anyway, probably many reasons, but one of the things is change is often associated to learning. Now, learning is a good thing and we know it's good for us, but what makes it so difficult? Or if we say it as learning, I think what it is, we spend our whole lives doing this learning. It's so difficult that something new is coming along all the time. And you almost like, every time you start something new or you learn something new, you're never that good at it. Or like you're terrible at it. Or like it's embarrassing, or we associate embarrassment with it. Where once we've gone through that enough times over many years, what we then come to is like, I don't want to learn anything else because now I'm associating it to this change. And again, change is associated with learning. So what is it that we can do to help ourselves through this change, or through realizing that learning is going to help us make that change? Because it is something new, and that's all it is. And I think the 4 stages of learning, if we can just tag these 4 stages, will help us do that. Because the first level is unconscious incompetence. And this is a big blind spot, because here you don't know what you don't know. And that's the difficult bit. Difficult bit in terms of sometimes you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know what it is you need to improve, or you don't need to know what knowledge you need to go out and find. But then the difficult part is coming from that unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence, because that is such a difficult place. We've been conditioned to think that that place is so difficult, because it's not natural to people really to just say, oh, you know, I'm useless at this, I'm terrible at this, I need to work at this, I'm going to work hard at this. Or just admit openly that, yeah, you know what, I don't know this, I do need to find out more. You know, if I was to try that now, I'm not very good at it. Usually when that realization comes, or we're associating pain to that, we just go back into that unconscious incompetence, because it was safer, it was okay, well, at least I didn't know, but now I know that I'm no good, now I know that I suck at it. So that's the difficult part, going from that stage to that stage. And then what has to happen from there to go from conscious incompetence to conscious competence is a lot of work, a lot of training, a lot of learning, and that's where the change happens. And sometimes that can be uncomfortable, because you've got to try so hard to be like consciously at it. I mean, for those of you that drive out there, you know what I mean. If you can remember when you first started driving, I don't know about you, but when I started driving, there was all these things going on, and because you're consciously doing everything, I remember one time, like, I stopped steering to change gear because there were so many things I'm trying to consciously pay attention to. And it's only when you get to the stage where you are unconsciously competent where you can just drive easily, smooth, and everything comes naturally, because that is infinitely more powerful than the conscious part of your brain. So when things are just naturally happening, just change your gear, I'm listening to the radio, I'm probably talking to people, steering, and I can check on my mirrors, that is when everything runs smoothly. And that is where, when we get ourselves to that stage in a certain thing, so my health, or my wealth, or my relationship, or my career, then that is what stops me from then going again to learn something new, to bring myself back from that what I didn't know stage to, okay, now I know that I don't know this, and it's uncomfortable, and I've got to burst through it again. Because without these tags, we get too emotional. We don't know what the emotion is. The emotion that comes up when it's discomfort or inconvenient, that I have to start, I've got to go through all that again. I liked it when I could just do it. It was just easy. That unconscious competence. We all love to be at that stage. We all love to be at that stage straight away. And I'm sure you all know somebody that the kind of people that if they can't be good at it straight away, they just don't do it. They just go back to that. And if you don't know someone like that, actually it's you. So I hope that these 4 stages, or if you tag these 4 stages and associate them, okay, the 4 steps of learning, but associate them to change. Because as I mentioned, change is often associated to learning. So if you can help yourself realize that this is all it is, and it's just a process that you have to go through. Hopefully that makes it a lot easier for you, and you can go through that change, and you can go and learn and adapt and do what you need to do to survive in this world, because that's what it is. It's the survival of the most adaptable to change. People used to say it's the survival of the fittest. It's the survival of those that can adapt to change the quickest. So good evening, guys. I'll see you all again soon.